It's fall, so I'm here to remind you that darkness is an opportunity to focus on showing up for yourself. We can't control the world, but we can control our focus and routine. In this video, I'm sharing how I'm coping with our current reality through creativity, connection, and cultivation. So my journal here is absolutely full. I've been writing in it since January. You can kind of see the difference here, right? This is my new one. This is the one I've been using, and I've been writing in it since January. I do this all the time after running, like just prop a leg up because it feels good, like the stretch feels good. I do it in meetings too. Like it looks like I'm just chill, but I'm just like this because, you can't see everything everybody's doing in a meeting. But the way I start my new year is I reflect on the year so far, and it gives me what I need to decide how Q4 is going to go, right? How I want to end the year. I'm not even thinking about January. I don't need to. I'm thinking about what I want to invite into my life for the rest of the year, what I want to let go of before the end of the year. Because as you guys know, or if you're new here, you may not know, my family does it big for the holiday. It is such a joyful time typically that I don't want anything detracting from that if I can help it. I love this color. Oh, it's so pretty. I used to, like my first development job, I had a smaller Moleskine in this color. And that was the beginning of something great. My 30s, it was a time, I'm not done with my 30s, but it's been a time of transition. And it's funny because right now our country is in a time of transition. There's a level of chaos going on that I don't enjoy. I don't think anybody enjoys, but at this point, I'm like, okay, chaos is our normal. Let me decide how I'm going to live with intention so that I don't get lost in that chaos. And that is how I've been operating for a while. Like my routines have been very intentional. I have been very intentional about striving for my goals, about who I'm surrounded with. And just as you guys have seen, focusing on creativity, connection, and cultivating a particular lifestyle so that I am able to cope with the world as it is. I mean, it is getting more and more violent out there. The number of times a white man is picking up an implement to go and murder a bunch of people, young white men, and nothing's being done it has increased significantly, right? And so I'm focused on coping with that to then function, right? Because I still got to work. I still got to pay my bills. I still got to be a good member of the community that I have cultivated, right? And I still want to achieve things. In the last couple of vlogs, I think I talked about my 50 states goal. I still want to do that. Like, I don't want to be tethered down to the trash that is happening in our government. And I still want to be active, right? I went to a political thing a couple weeks ago. I'm donating, and I can't do that if my head is like underwater. But the way I start a journal is reflecting. So this is going to take me a few days. It's not going to be just one day, but I'm going to add my stickers. I still have stickers from September that I can use in here. I have my October kit too. If you don't know, I have a sticker subscription, same company that I do my planners from. And I'm just going to read a month at a time here and then reflect on it in this journal. And what I'm trying to think about is what I want to keep, what I want to leave behind, and what I need to take note of to move forward. That's pretty much it. Like, I'm not going to dwell on the things that didn't happen. I'm not going to dwell on my hopes and dreams too much. I'm just reflecting, because deep reflection definitely leads to growth. And I have a whole Substack post, so I'll link it below. But I've talked your head off. Let me get going, because there's stuff I need to do today. Let's not talk about how much I need to clean off my desk. Let's not. I did an exercise early in the year about the woman I was becoming, right? I recognized that I was leaving behind girlhood and stepping into middle age, and that is a totally different woman than the woman I started with at 29, my first 5-year plan, trying to figure out how to have a career, right? I have a career, ups and downs, whatever it is, I have a career. I am now much more focused on life outside of work because I have resources, and I defined it for myself, and I was reading it and I just felt so uplifted, right? Like, I'm like, ooh, yes, that's me. That's the woman I will be. I'm investing in myself to become this woman, and some of it has already happened, and I want to keep this at front of mind. I can take all the fall or all the time before I turn 40 to decide how I want to start the next year. Or not, right? Like, I could just focus on the life ahead of me if I have a clearer picture of my heart's desires and the woman I'm becoming. And so I'm going to take those images that I pinned on my becoming board. I'm going to add more, because I've definitely fleshed this out more. I talked about it in the 50 States vlog and more. And I'm going to create a becoming board, because I feel like I need to see it. I'm going to print it out. I'm going to put it in the front of my new journal. I'm going to put it on my phone. I want to see it, and I want to replace the images with my own images, right? Like, one of those on here was like, on the becoming board, I had this idea of the car I was going to buy when I turned 40, but I ended up buying the car already, right? Because my car, if you were around, went kaput earlier this year. So I already bought the car. So I want to change that to the car with the bow that the dealership put on. They put a big old bow when I went to pick it up. And so I'm very excited to do this, because I'm getting inspiration. It's helping me gain hope. It's going to shape how I'm moving forward. I'm gonna put some bookshops on there that I want to visit in other places. I have an idea of the first couple of states I want to go to, so I'm gonna put like visuals of those places on here, and then I'll get to replace myself in those. I mean, y'all get it? Like, y'all feel me? This is bringing me so much inspiration. You feel it? Like, do you feel what I'm feeling? I'm feeling energized amongst the BS of this country, in which they are turning it into Trump's business empire, which has never been successful. He's never been successful at business. They're turning it into the orange carrots business empire, and he's never been successful at business. So that means that we are in a fragile country that once again is going through unnecessary struggle, because some people can't handle that they don't have the power that they once did. And like I've told you guys in a previous vlog, I've been finding hope in my nieces and nephews. It's been harder to find hope around me and my life and the direction this world is headed within context. This is giving me inspiration, and that is so invaluable right now as we move on to the holidays. The holiday that's probably going to look a lot smaller resource-wise than it has looked in years. So let's do this. A becoming board, who I'm becoming. First and foremost, book everywhere. I want to have a library, and I don't know exactly what I want it to look like, but I want tall windows. I want tall bookshelves. I do not want any of this. This is not me, but it represents something that I want. I want a small but impactful shoe collection where every shoe is perfect for my wardrobe. I definitely want to do some travel, of course. Definitely zip line in a tropical climate. I love to zip line outside the country. I don't know what it is. I just do. I want to have my friends over for an outside dinner. I'm actually quite grateful that Pinterest has a photo of Black folk outside having dinner. It's probably like a wedding or something, but I'm just talking about gathering a group of friends that I consider just amazing here in Atlanta. That would be really cool. I've got photos of me in a boardroom, right? Just a different level here. I don't know why this photo is not pulling up. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Y'all get the idea. I also want to become a published author, which is why these photos are here. Why is it suddenly not showing? Okay. I want to become a published author. Kerry Washington looks so cute here, like just adorable is what I mean. I don't know if I talked too much about that. I don't know what my book would be about at this moment. I have no idea. I'm just going to keep writing until I figure it out. I also want to amass a great art collection, and I just haven't put any kind of effort into that. And this is where I want to start. I may end up with like 3 pieces in my 40s because of the cost of art, quality art, or you know what I mean. But you may not know what I mean. But I do want to support some amazing Black artists, up and coming, established, etc. And it may not just be like paintings and photographs. It could also be like plates and, other kinds of art. But I do want to start amassing that in my 40s. I want to become like that fit girl with locks. And so do you see Serena here? That's why I pinned this photo, because her technique is insane. It is so perfect. This is why she's the go. And the outfit is super cute. That could be me. I mean, it could be me. It cannot be me. This is like almost the perfect necklace stack I want. I just want this to be a pearl necklace. I love all of these necklaces. But anyways, this has been such a wonderful exercise. If I didn't have to get to work, I would just keep going. But I pinned a lot of stuff, and that's good. So now I can work on the board. But for the moment, I need to finish my morning routine. I'm about to finish my morning routine. I hope to read 50 pages. We'll see how timing works out, because I do literally need to start working. But I did want to note 2 things here. Like in my reflection, I realized that there are 2 questions I need to keep asking myself to help me focus in, right? Amidst the chaos, amidst the fight, I cannot be useful to myself or anyone else if I am not focused on being my best self for my community. And so the first question I came out with was, what's stopping my success? And the second one is related. What does self-sabotage look like right now? Because it can be so easy to be distracted on a daily basis by what's happening in the news, what's happening in social media. And I'm not talking about like becoming a multimillionaire, nothing like that. I'm talking about what is stopping me from being my best at work? What is stopping me from contributing my best to my community? What is necessary to help Black and brown communities thrive or even just survive amidst the rearing of what is happening right now in this country? Even though we have nothing to do with it, Black and brown spaces are being infiltrated. They're terrorizing us as much as they can along the fall of democracy and the building of the orange carrots business empire. It's so hard to focus, and it's so easy to delve into coping mechanisms that don't serve, right? So for me, like in the last several months, I've told you guys I've become a lot more focused on fitness, right? And I told you guys a large part of that is reframing, refocusing. But to remain focused, I have to have the good coping mechanisms so I don't self-sabotage because I wake up not feeling like doing anything because of all the stuff I've seen happening in the world the day before I went to sleep. And I finally got to sleep and I had rough sleep and I woke up not feeling any better about the world, right? I mean, that's just like a common thing these days. And instead of just spiraling, especially as it becomes darker, I'm creating, I'm cultivating, I'm connecting, and I'm not self-sabotaging, because success looks like me continuing my day, not giving in to nihilism and fighting with my people and helping lift my people during these really, really terrible times. So give yourself permission to actually enjoy the holiday season that's coming without worrying too much about achieving certain things in the new year. Instead, focus on what you can control now and keep the coping mechanisms close so you retain your hope, you retain your joy, and you retain your will to keep going. Because when I opened my journal, you know what quote came at me? It was an MLK quote. It was one that reminded me that I am not going through what has been gone through before. People walked, people crawled, they did what they had to keep fighting, and I am going to live up to that tradition. So with that passion speech gone, I don't know where that came from. I'm gonna go ahead and read my pages. Thank you so much for rocking with me, and I'll see you next time.